Hi everyone. Well, welcome to the second video update we've had since we relaunched and rebranded the website. And we did mention about a week ago that there was going to be some colder weather coming up, and that still looks like happening, although it doesn't look like it will last for perhaps quite as long as what the models were showing originally. So this is what we've got at the moment: low pressure out here to the west, high pressure pretty much across us, and low pressure out here to the east. And what we'll actually do as well, we'll overlay the jet stream. And for those of you that don't already know, the jet stream is some high altitude winds that pretty much run around the globe from west to east in temperate climates, approximately temperate climates anyway. And it's the transition between the cold polar air to the north and the warm tropical air to the south. And you get this in both the northern and the southern hemisphere. Now these winds, they're very, very strong, but like I said, they're very high up in the atmosphere, but they're pretty much the driving force of our areas of low pressure. So you can see here that these arrows showing the wind direction up in that at that altitude, and you can see they're coming in from the west, and they quite often just move west to east with a bit of meandering. But you can see here a massive meandering of the jet stream here as it dives right back down into Europe. And as we move through this week, you can see it just struggles to get its way towards us. So that means it's going to be relatively dry, or at least fairly settled, at least until the end of the week. And you can see here in the top left the time and date. But then as we head in towards mostly really toward Friday and then into Saturday, things start to change, and the jet stream breaks its way through the this big area of high pressure out here to the east, which is blocking the way, and it becomes more unsettled for a time, and once again a lot milder. So now let's have a quick look at the temperatures as we move through this week. In fact, overlay the wind arrows once again, gives you a bit of an idea of what's happening and where. So you can see this circulation here is that high pressure over us at the moment. And we've got relatively mild air coming up the western side of the UK, but quite chilly air moving down in more eastern parts of the UK. And we're on the boundary really, on the transition of the milder and colder air. And it hasn't been too bad today really. But then as we move through Tuesday, you can see the cold air out to the east. It's really trying hard to push in. And even as we move through into Wednesday, it's not getting very far. But then as we move into Thursday, temporarily at least, it starts to push its way across us. And you can see these blue colours here showing, you know, these much colder temperatures. And this lasts really through Thursday and Friday especially. But then as we move into Saturday, once again the Atlantic starts to win. So all the warmer, milder air out to the west, and the wetter air as well, it starts to push its way back towards us, and it turns milder once again, and probably quite unsettled with some wet, windy conditions. So let's have a quick look at the cloud cover for the next few days, and see what we've got here. So this is this evening. We've got quite a bit of cloud around, especially out to the west at the moment. There are a few breaks in the cloud, and that really continues through the night and into tomorrow. And there's even a hint of maybe the odd very light shower as we move through tomorrow, and especially in towards the evening, we could see a little bit of light rain or a few little very light showery outbreaks moving across the island. It won't be anything too significant, and it'll still be relatively mild at this point. So you can see here, this is the temperature for tonight. Not too bad really, 6, 7, 8 degrees Celsius. It may fall a little bit lower for a time in central parts of the island, but then it rises once again, especially as we move through in towards tomorrow afternoon. So as we move into Wednesday, still quite a lot of cloud around, and well, pretty much through the day there'll be cloud on and off, much like tomorrow as well. And the risk of rainfall is pretty low at this point. In fact, the risk of rain is very low really. It looks like from Wednesday onwards it will be mostly dry, although as we head through in towards Thursday, perhaps the odd very, very, very light shower. And of course, if there's a chance of a shower, that means there's going to be a bit of cloud around still. So really over the next few days, it's going to be a mixture of cloud, sunshine, and the risk of the odd light shower. And then as we move through further, Thursday and into Friday, the cloud thickens up a bit as we move through into Friday. And as the cloud thickens up, we could see a few light showers moving in from the east. And by this time, the winds are going to be easterly. So we, especially in more southern parts of the island, we could see a few very light showers. And there is a chance that these could turn a little bit wintry. So if we do catch a shower, like I said, most likely in southern parts of the island, we could see something, maybe a bit of sleet or a little bit of hill snow. And that's because the temperature is going to be falling away quite dramatically. So this is on Wednesday. You can see the temperatures across the island. They're not too great, you know, they're starting to drop away. And then as we move into Thursday, the temperatures, this is at midday, we're seeing temperatures, overlay the wind arrows as well, as you can see the wind directions, they're coming in from the east-southeast. They're going to be a little bit warmer here on the east coast, but generally in more central western parts, 5-6 degrees Celsius, possibly even only up to 4 in a few central or northwestern parts. And then as we move into Friday, temperatures fall away even further because the winds start to come round more into the northeast. And as they do so, the temperatures on Friday, they don't look very high at all, so maybe 3-4 degrees Celsius, and this is the highest temperature through the day. So any showers that do come through could well be wintry with a little bit of sleet mixed in or a little bit of snow, although the coldest conditions, should I say the most likely areas for showers, will be in more southern parts of the island. So then as we move through Friday and Friday night into Saturday, things start to change gradually. The winds start to become more southeasterly, and you can see here that the temperatures suddenly change. You know, we've got the 2, 3, 4 degrees on Friday, but we're looking at 6s and 7s on Saturday. And we've got this area of rain pushing in from the west as well, which is likely to arrive at some point later on Saturday and into Sunday. So yes, definitely turning much colder as we come in towards the second half of this week, possibly with a few wintry showers towards Friday as well. But after that, it looks like things will start to turn milder once again, and that looks like lasting for another good, pretty much a week really, before things start to change once again. So anyway, that's all for now. Goodbye.